Welcome, my friends. This is your humble host, Carrie, back for another edition of the Bottom Shelf Project. It has been way too long.
Way too long.
Way too long.
Yes.
The future is looking bright, though. We're starting to get some vaccines. I'm fully vaccinated. We need to get everyone else on the same page so we can get back to living life the way it's supposed to be lived.
That's right.
But in the meantime, my little Scotch loving heart was tickled pink over this little find at my local Total Wine for Pete's Sake.
For Pete's Sake. Oh, excellent name. Like just golf clap on the name there.
It's a blend. It's a Scotch blend, but we both of us are of the opinion that blends get a bad rap. Ain't nothing wrong with a blend.
Yeah,
if there's any question,
especially if we're in the bottom shelf category, blends just come with the territory.
Yeah. If there was any doubt, it does say in several spots that this is a product of Scotland. No age statement. Don't know anything about it. Don't know where it was bottled. It was imported by a company in Connecticut. That's about it. And it also comes with the label intense flavor.
Intense, which is what Pete fanatics. That's what we want.
This bad boy got almost a 5-star review average on Total Wine.
Yeah.
And this lovely bottle weighs in at the upper range of our price limit at $19.99.
Yeah.
To be honest, I think that's one of the more fetching labels of anything that we've had a chance to review so far.
I agree.
You and I both are of the mindset we love a good smoky Islay whiskey.
Oh yeah, Lefroy, Ardbeg, even the Campbelltowns, and anything that they put peat in, the blends from Compass Box, Peat Monster, things like that. Just
the number 2.
Oh yeah,
or the no name. The no name.
Oh
my God, that no name was so good.
The no name is just, and it's delicate smoke. Just ooh, golly, that is such a.
Even some of the more abrasive ones.
I said golly. The word golly naturally just came out of my mouth. That's great.
Even some of the more allegedly abrasive ones, like the Ardbeg's Wee Beastie. Man, I like that a lot. That was barbecue in a bottle.
Yeah. I have not found an Islay yet that I didn't like. I haven't found one yet.
I don't know for certain that this is an Islay, although it is labeled as an extremely peaty Scotch, intensely smoky and peaty with an earthy, full-bodied flavor. And obviously, I've already cracked this open to share the love, so I've already gotten a good nosing of it. But
so let me catch up.
Yes, please do. One of my favorite Glencairns.
That initial have a nice color,
Oh yeah. Yeah,
it's got a nice.
And if it's Scotch, there can't be any additives in there to be legally called Scotch. So this is barrel color here. This isn't caramel.
Now it doesn't have heavy legs, but there's some legs there, so it's not going to be that oily. I think.
And I'm already drooling. This confirms what I said earlier. I don't know how it's going to taste, but on the nose, this nose goes toe-to-toe with some scotches I've had that were 3 or 4 times as much.
It's a light peat on the nose. I mean, it's not like Lefroy. It doesn't reach out and grab you, but it's there. But is it just me, or is there like a hint of like, like that butter cookie Irish?
Clarified butter.
Yeah, there's like
almost like a browned butter. It's a sweet dairy smell to me. It's a clarified butter, but yeah, there is a little bit of that Irish. It's not butter cookie.
No, but it's somewhere in that territory.
Yeah, the more I nose it, the smoke's not overpowering.
No.
There's that sweetness, a slight earthiness. The smoke is there, a little salinity.
A tad.
It's pleasant. There's no other way of putting it. That nose is pleasant.
This is one of the more hopeful nosings. Like, sometimes we do the nosing like, oh man, here it comes. This is, or like maybe this will be it. This one, I'm really hopeful. I am hopeful that this is going to be a bunch of goodness right here in a glass. So, you ready?
I'll be straight up. That nose makes me salivate. So here's to you, my friend.
Cheers.
Wow. There's
Not
that smoke.
shabby. Not shabby.
That smoke comes in on the end.
Oh yeah. But it's really light.
Again, that was my initial impression. A little thin. It's not as thick or as heavy as some that I've had, but
No.
initial taste, sweet, well rounded. It's not sharp. It's not metallic. It doesn't have that penny flavor.
I got a
like
little
Johnny
bit
Red
of
has.
like I got a little bit of like alcohol on the front, but not the cheap, like crap blended fake vodka stuff. Like no, like just like maybe it's got a kind of what did we say what the proof on this was?
No, yet this is a 80 proof. This is coming in at 40% by volume.
Right. So that's what I got. Is just like that little alcohol like bing on the front.
It tastes like a higher proof.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not unpleasant, but it tastes like a higher proof. That sweetness and I guess thinness really evolves.
It really does.
That smoke comes in hard and heavy on the back of your palate, and it lingers. A little bit of bitterness there, like an herbal, earthy bitterness.
This is a sipper, dude. This is a sipper. This is a weekday. This is a nothing special going on weekday. Not trying to press anybody. I think I'll just kick back and watch the news. Sipper. That's what this is.
Yeah, we've done a few budget scotches. I think we even did. A matter of fact, I know we did. We did one that was a single malt, and they range from bad to not bad. It's okay. I'll be straight up. This is the first budget neat sipper I've had in the Scotch category that I would. Hell yeah, I would glad if someone handed me a glass of this. I'd be happy.
This is a win. This is a straight up win. This is an enjoyable, friendly. Like, you want to know what it reminds me of? You want to know what it reminds me of? And it's a little bit more expensive here, but when I lived in Tokyo, I could get it for $15 a bottle. But here in America, it's usually just slightly above our price range, like in the 22, 23 range, is Teacher's Cream Ale, which also has some peated scotch. That's a blend. And I believe that the peated blend comes from, I don't want to say it's Ardbeg, but I want to say it's from the Ardbeg distillery. I'm not 100% on that. I could be wrong, but I know it is from one of the more named distilleries. And they changed the formula a few years ago, and they changed it before I discovered it. When I discovered it, I was just in love with it. But I've heard tale from the veterans who were like, it used to be good back in the day, but it's lost, whatever. They're whining. It's still great. In fact, I still have a bottle of Teachers. And if I'd really thought about it, I would have put some of that Teachers and we could have done a comparison. It would have been great. That's what it reminds me of. And I would put that in the same category. It is a friendly sipper, peated, light, friendly, easy. I would use this to introduce people to peated whiskeys. That's what I would do with this.
Yeah. Because it's got enough sweetness on the front end.
Yeah.
It's welcoming enough. That smoke really doesn't kick in until the back end. And now that it's set, now I'm getting a little bit of that black pepper. Again, not unpleasant.
Yeah.
But it's definitely there. That flavor profile just evolves and evolves and evolves.
Plus, the good thing is, since it's in that $20 category, if you recommend it to a friend and say this is a good thing to start with, and they hate it, well, they're only out $20. They didn't go drop 80, 90, 150 or whatever on some awesome Ardbeg specimen. I went, all the way out and I hate it. They don't have to worry about that. This would be a nice stepping stone into the Isla Campbellton category.
Comparing this to some of the other blends that I've had, I would put this way above Johnny Red.
Mm-hmm.
I would put this above Johnny Black. Johnny Black ain't got this smoke. Johnny Black's got kind of an ashy, woody flavor, and I do like Johnny Black.
I like Johnny Black too.
And this is a good $15 cheaper around here, and this has got a far superior flavor to it.
Yeah. I'm grabbing a bottle of this tomorrow. I'm grabbing a bottle of this.
I would easily put this on the same level as Compass Box King Street. Different flavor profiles, but I right at that level of quality. the closest blend I could put this to would be, and I don't think you've ever had it before, and it's a little hard to find, is pig's nose, but it
No, I
doesn't
have
have
not
the
had it before.
smoke.
Yeah, I
Pig's
haven't
nose
had
doesn't
it
have the
before.
smoke, it doesn't have the peat, but it's the same kind of soft, round, sweet.
Mm.
It's more like a Highland blend. This stuff is just, wow, this is a revelation. This
Yeah,
is
this
this is
is
a
for 20
fantastic blend.
bucks. You cannot
Um,
beat this for 20 bucks. I'm sorry.
Crafted by the batch in specially selected oak casks, distilled, matured, blended, and bottled by Angus Dundee Distillers. So,
Way to go, Angus
for you
Dundee.
folks at Angus Dundee Distillers, you have made a fine product.
A fine
This is
product.
like the Scotch version of mellow corn to me.
Yeah,
Because that's
there you
another
go.
one that punches so far above its weight.
There you go.
Simple
That is
corn
that is
whiskey,
perfect.
but,
That is a perfect comparison. That is it.
um,
Win, my brother. This is a win.
and I'll be bluntly honest, when it comes to making it better, this is a neat sipper. I ain't mixing this with anything. In the make it better, instead of making it better, let's compare it to something that, to see if it really does punch above its weight. As it's now, you've got one of your favorites there on your end,
Lefroy,
which is definitely not a bottom shelf. That's a lovely Lefroy. The closest I have right now on my bar is a Highland Park Magnus, which is not outrageous expensive. I think this was $35 when I picked it up. It's the only smoky Scotch I've got right now.
If I remember correctly, I got this Lefroy Select like on sale, and it was in the 40 something, upper 30, lower 40, somewhere in that range. But definitely outside of the bottom shelf. Now, side by side comparison, the Peats is just a little bit darker than the Lefroy.
Let me get my fingers out of the way. Yeah, for me, side by side, Peats Sake actually it's darker than the Highland Park. So again, I'm going to refresh my.
Hold on. This. I have to finish my trip to Nirvana.
I just refreshed the nosing on the Peats Sake, and I'm picking up a little bit of honey notes now too in the nose. So
yeah, especially when you go side by side, you pick up more of those sweet, that buttery thing is in there, man.
My God, in comparison, now that I've nosed this for Pete's Sake, and then I go to that Highland Park, I think it's their entry level, the Magnus.
God,
I'm embarrassed to say
why does Lefroy make me want to eat Band-Aids? I don't get it. Just
the first thing that stands out in the nose of this Highland Park, it smells like sweet tarts.
Yeah. Good. Oh man.
I swear to God, like either that or a green apple candy.
Yeah. The medicinal comes in here. Now the nose, the smoke on the nose of these two is comparable. It's comparable. It doesn't, I mean, I remember the very first time I ever had Lefroy, I tried it in a bar, and I walked up next to this guy who I just been introduced to by a mutual friend, just we were there watching band, and my friend's band, and I just stepped next to him, and he was like, "Whoa, what are you drinking? I can smell it from here." And that's in a crowded bar, So that one, but that was not the Select; it was standard Lefroy, and that one reached out and grabbed him. But the Select and the Peats side by side, the nose is comparable. Now I'm going to go in on the Lefroy. Here we go.
My goodness,
I love this stuff so much. There's the medicinal iodine, much more salty. This is much more briny.
See, now the people that hate Lefroy have described it to me as a fire out of old used tires and seaweed on the beach.
And I love it. God help me, I love it. I do. Oh man.
On my end, the Highland Park tastes so much, or it smells so much sweeter, sharper, more acidic, brighter.
I come back to this. This is really two very comparable. Like whoever the whiskey man, whoever the blend master is who put this together, did an outstanding job. I'm sorry.
The Highland Park, in comparison, tastes like apple juice.
Really?
And it's got a little bit of the ashiness on the back end. It's not super smoky. It's got a little bit of that ashy quality. It's still enjoyable, but it's thinner. It's sweeter. Again, just like the nose, it's a little bit brighter. And in comparison, it tastes like apple juice. Any day of the week, if I were going to go side by side, I would choose this cheaper bottle. It is a fine bottle. So ultimately, again, an enthusiastic 2 thumbs up. Absolutely, wholeheartedly endorse it. Again, the Highland Park Magnus, again, that's kind of like the Johnny Red of Highland Park, because I've had some of their stuff that I thought was outstanding. But in comparison, man, this is kindergarten stuff.
Overall, side by side, I would always take the Lafroig over, but that's just me. I love Lafroig so much.
And they do have distinct flavor profiles. They do have distinct flavor profiles.
They do. But Lafroig does not have really be my weekly sipper, and this can. No. This can. This is like this is like finding a really great house wine in a box. You know, you're like, oh my god, or a can. I can't believe 3 liters of wine this good in a cardboard box. Pow! There.
And again, I'm still picking stuff out in the flavor.
Yeah.
Like I swear I can taste certain baking spices, like anise. I taste that right now.
Yeah.
I can't convey just how impressed I am by a $19 bottle of blended scotch. And
for Peats Sake.
Best of all, the bottle looks nice enough. The label looks classy enough that this isn't one that I'd have to sneak into the decanter, so I'm not ashamed to have it out in public view.
No, we would have that on the bar where people could plainly see it, and we would proudly say, "Oh, you're going to love this." It's fantastic.
I know Rich doesn't like smoky scotches.
Yeah. By the way, Richard's not with us tonight for 2 reasons. 1, he's not a big smoky scotch fan, and 2, he's a little tad under the weather. So this is why it's just the 2 of us,
as we all have been recently.
Yeah.
I think he might have actually enjoyed this one a little bit, so I think he missed out. And
I think sometime down the road we're going to have him try this. I really
he's got a sample bottle, so we can spring it on him at some point. This has enough sweetness to it. So again, the people that are primarily bourbon drinkers, now the smoke is going to be a surprise and a deviation from what they expect in their palate, but it's sweet enough and round enough that I think that
and
the adventurers may really enjoy this if they've never had a scotch.
It's really, really light. You know, a lot of the peaty things can be kind of oily, like heavy on the oils. You know, some Lafroigs can be a little bit like that. I think they are, but it's a very light, approachable. It's just such a fun thing.
And I typically enjoy that thicker, oilier quality in some of the stark, smoky scotches. It's something you can chew on. But my goodness. So there you have it, my friends.
Another member of the Empty Glass Club. Look at that.
On this end as well, my friend.
Good stuff.
If you are in the mood for a smoky scotch and you don't want to spend a lot of money, brother, you can't do better than this.
Also, if you are afraid of peaty Isla scotch, you've heard all the stuff like Octomore and they scare you and all that fun stuff, and you want to try something and see if you like smoky scotches, this is a fantastic way to go because it's not going to break your budget. It's friendly, excellent stepping stone into that category.
Factor of 10 cheaper because Octomore going for $200.
Yeah,
this bad boy, $19.99.
$19.99. Just
you can't go wrong.
Well done.
Well done.
Excellent. Well, thanks everybody. I hope you enjoyed this episode. And once again, we're really hoping the way things are going with the vaccine schedule that, later on in the year 2021, we'll be able to get back together and film together, clink glasses, experiment, have some fun, and share all that with you guys.
And for those of you out there who have commented, I do read them and I will reply. And we've got a couple of suggestions that people have made in the past that I do want to get around to if I can get my hands on them. So again, anyone out there, if you want to suggest a bottle, our rules, as we've stated before, it's got to be a full size 750 milliliter bottle, price point $19.99 or less, and it needs to be a liquor or a liqueur.
Right.
But if you have something out there you want to either introduce to us or inflict upon us, feel free to give us a suggestion out there. I guarantee it ain't going to be no worse than the grappa that we've had.
That's still, we've had a couple come close. We've had a couple come close to the grappa, but no one has surpassed